See, that's why we can't have nice things. We were supposed to boycott Black Friday all the way up until Monday, and the news are reporting that they have had record-breaking sales this past Friday, which means y'all went out. Some of y'all had the nerve to go out to Target, wait at 3 a.m. in the morning to get this mystery shopping bag, to get bamboozled once again, and post that you went to Target and bragging about it. Can't take y'all nowhere. Bad enough you went to Target and just to get something that was nothing. That's what you get. But today is Cyber Monday. Don't you do it. Don't do it. This is why we can't get things done. We can't stick together. Do you think Rosa Parks and her friends and family were like, well, I gotta get my kids' stuff. It's 50% off. No, they said, get it off the bus. It took them 2 years of boycotting off the bus. And we can't even do 2 weeks. Come on now. We could do better.
We don't supposed to be Black Friday shopping because we boycott. What we boycotting now? Already ain't supposed to be shopping in Target. Now we supposed to be boycotting Black Friday? What mean what? You go ahead and explain it to me.
I agree with everything he said. Now, yes, we boycotted Target. Cool, y'all wanted us to do it, we doing it. But are we just gonna not live life anymore? Are we just gonna cease to exist to prove a point to these corporations? And let me add on to something. What about the parents, the grandparents that want to buy their grandkids something, or the parents that want to buy their kids something at a discount? Now, yes, the discounts aren't like they used to be back in the day where it was 50 to 80% off. But if something is 20 to 40% off, why would you want someone to spend extra and not do Black Friday or Cyber Monday to prove a point? Why? And I'm going to take it a step further. Let me show y'all something. Look at this. This bedroom is 95% furnished, right? What am I missing? I'm missing a TV. So the TVs, you can get a 55 to a 65 inch, anywhere from $120 to $300. Why wouldn't I take advantage of that if I need something? And I'm not just shopping just for fun. Like, I actually need a TV in there. That's a guest bedroom. I don't want them to be bored when they're tired of entertaining. They want to come up and watch some TV or something. So my question is, what are we going to boycott next? Breathing?
Hello guys, now I'm hoping that you're doing well wherever you're watching me from. Now recently blacks agreed that they are going to boycott the Black Friday, but it's so unfortunate that we saw a lot of people went there and shopped a lot of stuffs, including clothing, foodstuffs, and that's why you see a lot of blacks are very angry with that event. Now I want us to watch some of the videos that I've compiled here for you, and you'll be seeing blacks calling each other out and telling each other, if we need to stand and if we need to have a voice, then we must unite. We must have a unison while when we speak. Now let's watch the videos first, and I'll be here later on to be sharing a very quick discussion of the scene. So make sure that you watch to the very end, and do like the video, share the content, subscribe to the channel if you've not yet subscribed. I'm going to greatly appreciate. For now, let's jump in.
Just checking to see if the boycott over. Y'all heard anything about the boycott? Trying to go get my stuff on Amazon, that one day shipping. I need it.
I'm participating in the Black Friday through Cyber Monday boycott called We Ain't Buying It. And here's why. Every single year, corporations make billions while working people get left with scraps. Prices keep going up, but wages don't. And CEOs cash in bonuses while families stand in pharmacy lines deciding which meds they can skip out on to make their rent. I'm over it. I'm tired of watching corporations rake in money hand over fist while the people who keep the country running get stiffed again and again. So this weekend, I'm joining millions who are pressing pause on spending because the system is broken and none of us can afford to pretend it's fine. Do you want to fix inflation? You want affordable groceries? You want to lower drug prices? That starts by demanding an economy that works for people instead of protecting corporate profit margins. So yeah, I'm not buying it. Not the discounts, not the excuses, not the idea that working people should stay quiet while we get squeezed. So if you're fed up, join us, because when we push back together, we get heard.
So apparently Black people are too weak to uphold the economic blackout. That's what somebody said on a video that I made a couple weeks ago about us doing the blackout and only shopping small local business and Black-owned business. Now, first thing I want to say is this is one of the many reasons why it is difficult for Black people to come together, because you have two varying degrees and spectrums of hope and community and togetherness. You have one side that says we can never come together and do shit because we have crabs in a barrel mentality. Then we have one side of the spectrum where we believe that we can do it collectively instead of just individually, right? And this is some bullshit, because we have seen throughout historical movements created and upheld by Black people, such as the Civil Rights Movement, such as the Black Panthers and the Malcolm X's movement, right? And how when we come together collectively, we oftentimes get the change that we want. And we've seen it recently with the Target and us not shopping in Target no more. I don't know about y'all, but the Target around my way, bitch, it ain't booked and busy like it used to be at all. This is heartbreaking to me that somebody would make said statement about us. And I don't know where this person is from, if they are Black American and or they are in another country such as Africa, somewhere in Africa. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna fold. I think we're gonna do just fine. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. Y'all let me know how you feel about it in the comments. But this is some bullshit, y'all. This is some bullshit. And I stay far away from these kind of people, whether it's online in digital communities and spaces and or in real life. Because there's no way that I'm going to believe that. Yeah, no.
It's the Tuesday after Black Friday and Cyber Monday, and according to most major news sources, AP, Reuters, Yahoo Finance, etc., spending was up. Y'all spent a lot of money during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Y'all didn't go shopping, but y'all damn sure fucked up the bag on some online shopping, right? And so I'm feeling the kind of way because y'all said that we were going to protest with our dollar. We were going to show our discontent with our shopping habits, right? We were going to show the powers that be that we're fed up and we are withholding our spending power. However, according to these outlets, we didn't do that. So there's a couple explanations. Either these news sources are lying, which I don't put it past them, right? Like, I'm not a conspiracy type of guy. However, I don't blindly trust the media. I read it with a critical eye. So that's possible. The other thing that is very much possible is that y'all got on here and lied, right? Y'all said y'all were broke. Y'all said y'all were going to protest, but when it came down to it, y'all did what y'all usually do, which is shop on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Another explanation is the numbers are up because while the economy is kind of fucked up, not everybody is. Like, some people are doing just fine. They have plenty of discretionary money and they're spending that money on whatever the hell they want. There are a couple categories that did extremely well, which were clothing and jewelry for whatever reason, right? Which leads me to my next explanation, which could be that the whole country is turning into the hood. And what I mean by that is I grew up poor, grew up in a hood, and while we didn't have much, while the people around me didn't have much, they made sure they stayed fresh. They had some, cool clothes, some fresh gear, some fresh kicks, some jewelry every now and then. We had to stay fresh. We couldn't afford shit else, so why not get fresh? And maybe that's what's going on, right? The hope of ever owning a house is dwindling. The average price of a car is at $50,000 right now. So it's like, well, fuck it. If I can't buy anything else, I might as well get fresh. Maybe that's what's going on. But y'all let me know what's going on. Why was spending up?
I want to pose a quick question to the black activists and the black leaders, that encourage the black community to boycott these places like Amazon, Target, things like that, because you want to be heard and you want to be felt, whatever. Why don't y'all ever lead an economic blackout on the liquor stores that's on every corner of the black community? The things that are actually poisoning the black community. How come you never lead a economic blackout on these gas stations that are on every corner in the black community that's selling synthetic drugs that's really hindering the minds of the people in the black community? You don't never want to boycott them. You don't ever want to stage a mass blackout for places like that. No, you just want to be seen and place it on corporations. And I'm gonna tell you why you're not. Because number one, you cannot go to the stock market and bet against those stores because they not big boy stocks like Target and Amazon. But also, let me tell you this, black community. When you boycott these places and you think you scoring a huge victory when Target say, oh, we had to close 3 stores, let me tell you something. They closed those stores so the higher ups won't lose a dime. Those higher ups, the CEOs and all of them, they still gonna get their 6 and 7 figure paychecks. But you know who's losing out? Your relatives, neighbors, and friends who were banking on having a job down to the Target and down to the Amazon warehouse that was putting food on their table. And are you willing to supplement them from what they've lost because of your blackout? You wanted to be heard. Well, they hear you because now they're jobless. I swear y'all don't think past tomorrow. And also, let me let you in on some more game, right? These companies already know that you're going to stop buying from them. So they do this thing called buying a contract on the stock market, basically a put. That's them betting against the stock market, saying that this stock is going to lose value. Yeah, because you already told them that you're not going to buy into it. So they're going to win twice. But guess who's going to lose for a long period of time? The people that you know. Black community, stop falling for the okie doke, okay? Because I'm willing to bet that these black leaders and activists, they done bought the contracts on the stock market too. So they win, but you lose. All right, that was my minute. Y'all have a happy Thanksgiving. Might go live tomorrow baking desserts in the morning. So y'all stay vigilant. Get your Donald John Quavius wear. The links in the bio. Love y'all. God bless you. God bless America. God bless Donald John Quavius Trump. I can't forget to say that. I call y'all back.
Now, I heard even Louis Farrakhan talk about this, and he told black Americans, if you really need to have a voice, if you really need to be heard when you speak, then you need to, walk in unison, speak as one voice and not different voices. And in this, he meant that if you mean to boycott, then you need to do it. Not like other people are boycotting and others, are going on with the purchasing, which is, making the black community be viewed in a different way, that they don't mean what they say, of which I know that is not the case here. I don't know where the misunderstanding came in, but I believe those who bought should not have bought those, stuffs. They should have listened to their fellow blacks and, work together as a community. And this is the same problem that black people have had for a long time. And I could see even Louis Farrakhan address it. And I saw that he was saying a lot of cash comes in and, goes out from the black community. It leaves without benefiting the very community. And simply because of such purchasing, during Black Fridays, during these celebrations that, America and American companies bring to you. Now, money doesn't stick to the black community, and that's why um, there is a problem. There is a very, very big problem. And I so far I can't speak and insist on this. I don't know if you've ever watched that video. I shared it here. It is right on top here. If you've not yet watched it, go down there and watch it. You will see it. It has a picture of Luis Farrakhan on it. So go watch it. The thumbnail is very clear. It will show you whatever message that is inside there. And this is going to help Black Americans a lot if they listen to what Louis Farrakhan spoke about this. If you look at the other communities like Asian Americans, there's a data that was brought by the media, and it showed that money stays in their community for for a whole month. But when we come to black community, money doesn't stick there. It stays with the community in less than a week, and then poof, it's all gone. Now it has to go back and come back again, and then leave, stay for a little while, and then leave. And this has been the cycle, and simply it is because of these purchasing that black people have. Of course, I believe that you cannot exist that way. You cannot stay without purchasing stuffs, because you need them. You are humans and you need them to survive here on earth. But what Louise was speaking about here, and even some of the Americans that you've seen them talk about it here, they were speaking about buying that moment that they don't expect you to buy, that moment the prices are a bit low, and that time you're going to save a lot. That's what people and Louis Farrakhan in that video talked about. And this is the unity that even fellow Americans are calling for. The fellow black Americans are calling for, that black people can have unity, not only in what they say, but in what they do, because doing is very different from talking about it. I can tell you that I'm going to give you maybe $1,000 today, but fail to give it to you. Me saying that I'm going to give it to you, it doesn't guarantee that I'm gonna give you. It's all about the action. The action makes the bigger difference. And what you see here, black Americans calling each other out, is so that they can really put in actions in whatever they say. Because you see, they spoke about it, but we've seen a lot of purchases from black folks, but they had said they're going to boycott. There's no problem with that. Christmas is coming, and I've also seen Louis Farrakhan talk about it and say that this is not the first time that black folks have united and said that we are going to boycott Christmas. This is not the very first time, and I believe that he said about it so that whenever black folks talk about it, they can truly mean it, because a lot of boycotts have happened and they never had impact. They never changed anything. And this is where the voice of the black is. Look at the white Americans. Whenever Jimmy Kimmel was taken off the show, the whites really meant it. And you saw even not the whites alone, even black Americans, some of them, dropped, and a lot of them unsubscribed. And the company went a lot of losses. They now had to do whatever the public wanted. And this shows you that there's a greater power in protesting. There's a greater power in protesting in this manner, where now you have to make them suffer a lot of losses so that they can listen to you. There, no one is going to be killed, no one is going to be hurt. It's their companies being hurt, and so they have to listen to black folks. These are just my honest remarks concerning this, and I would urge and continue encouraging black folks to have one voice and have also one action, and this is going to bring a greater transformation in the black community. I've been your host, and thank you so much for tuning in. Do subscribe to the channel, do like the video, and share the content. I'm going to greatly appreciate. For now, I'd like to bring it to a close here. Really hoping to see you in my next video, but until then, stay safe, support each other, stand with each other, extend a hand where it is needed, especially for black folks. I love you all. Goodbye.